There was a story I heard today that resonated with me, and I always thought of this and I always seen this, but I never heard it talked about. But say you get with a woman, you have children, it don't work out, she keep the children. You want your children, you try your best to get your children. She don't give them to you, and the longer your children stay away from you, they learn her ways, they learn her habits, they learn bad habits, they just get farther and farther away from you because you was warned to not get with this woman, but you did because you thought you could save her. You know what I'm saying? You thought you could save her. You know what I mean? And you find out you couldn't, so your child becomes like them, or in indirectly. It's not their fault now. It's not the child's fault. So the early years, you try to get the child back. You try to get the child back. But when the child gets around 14, 15, 16, 17, and really showing his ass at that time, your ex finally says, here, you can get him. And when you bring that child into your home, it disrupts your home. It's a hassle. It's the story I heard today. That similar thing happened with a family, and the child was smoking weed, cursing, doing bad stuff, and the new woman said she can't stay here, or he can't stay here, whatever the child is, male or female, to the father that got his child back at that time. And the mother wanted to send the child back after it's been contaminated. She didn't know the child was going to be contaminated. It wasn't intentional to contaminate the child, but the child is like, what would you call it? Like on Shawshank Redemption, institutionalized and just bad now, and it's hard to undo it. So the father decides to put the child out, send him back to his mother, or her mother, or just give them enough funds to get another place, start them off, and let them go about their business. And I thought to myself, man, it's not the child's fault. It's just poor. It's a sad story, man. It's a shake your head situation. It's like, dang. But then I go back to the Bible. The Bible says if the child is reaching out for you, if the child heart is for the father, even though it went through all this stuff, and it's reaching out for their father, and it wants to know their father, and it wants to abide by the father's laws, rules, and regulations, you take that child in, you train them, bring them up, and no matter what age, you get them right because they was in captivity. So it's unfortunate sometimes when a child comes back and they're too vested in the ways of their mother, the bad mother, the one you had to break up with, the one you was warned about. And you can't change the child, you can't teach the child, they're just done, they're just doomed, and you got to let them go. That's sad, man. That's sad, and that's how it goes a lot of time in the United States, because the United States believes, well, in the past, I don't know, things are changing now, but the United States normally believes the child belongs to the maternal parent, the mother, not the patriarch, if the relationship don't work out. So whatever happens, but they use the patriarch to support. But the Bible says the child returns to the one who can support the child, the one that supports it. The Bible says the child returns to the father. The child belongs to the father. It don't return to the father. It belongs to the father from the beginning. Because like I told y'all before in another video, if you go to Tractor Supply and you buy some apple seeds, okay, and then you go to your local county government downtown division and you buy some land in the county somewhere, and you plant those apple seeds on that land. And those apple seeds sprout and produce apples. Who does the apples belong to? The land you purchased or you? So the Bible says the woman is the land. The man has a seed. You can put your seed in any land. One land supposed to bear, no land should bear two different fruits. What that mean by that? A woman should have one husband, like uno, one only. But a man can have many wives, and he can plant his seed in many different fields. As long as that field only has his seed, provided he takes care of that woman, food, shelter, conjugal rights, providing for that woman, that land. So that's the story of the child that's corrupted and can't come back to the Father. But prayer can change anything. So now that's don't pertain to my situation. My children are covered, and I believe God is doing His thing. I was in their life a lot as it was growing up, and even though their mother keeping them away from me, doing what she do now, y'all go down my videos, look at my story. God is about to change a lot of things. Like I told you, I decreed. My decree is in motion. My situation is going to change for the good. It's going to be amazing. Y'all keep watching the story. To God be the glory. Shalom.